Hi there, I'm Praying Medic. Thank you for joining me in this continuing series on QAnon. In today's video, I'm going to give you a brief overview of how to find posts by Q on the internet and a little bit about reading them and interpreting them, and then we'll talk briefly about finding them on mobile devices. All right, here is my computer desktop. There are many different websites that show Q's posts. QAnon.pub is one of them. I'll show you some others here in just a few minutes. Q's posts show up in a chronological order. So the most recent post was by Q was on June 22nd. Q will sometimes post quite frequently, 5 or 6, maybe 10 posts a day, and then take 2 or 3 days off and not post anything. Longest I've seen Q go without posting is, I think, 10 days since Q began posting in October. So again, the posts are listed here chronologically. There's a unique ID number for each post that comes from 8chan where they're posted originally. This particular site, QAnon.pub, and a lot of the other sites will also give it a post number. So if you need to reference Q post numbers, we do that a lot on Twitter. We'll reference a number for someone to go and check out a post to get information on it. So you can just scroll down and you'll see the post by Q going in reverse order chronologically. Sometimes the posts involve links to articles, sometimes videos. This is a post by Q on June 20th. Q uses boom a lot, posts a link, and then we have a series of brackets. Brackets have a specific meaning. Everything has a specific meaning, actually. Now, I'd like to scroll all the way back to October 29th. And this was actually the first day that Q was posting. You can see the date here, and here's a post number. This was actually when Q was posting on 4chan. So if you click on in the upper right corner this numbered link, it will take you to the Q post, the original one on 4chan. And so I'm going to open that in a new window, and you'll see here these are how posts are displayed on 4chan. Different color tiles. The post that you're looking at is usually in a pinkish rose color. These linked numbers up here are responses by other people on 4chan. So whenever you mouse over one of these links, you'll see responses from other people. If you click on a numbered link, it'll take you to that response that shows up here. And then you can either click on this link and it'll take you back to the original one, or you can hit the back arrow on your browser. So this is back to the original post. Let me show you this. This is the Patriots Fight board on 8chan. This is a board that is set up just for Q. No one can respond to Q on this board. Q just posts his own posts on here. And to get there, you can just go to hch.net/PatriotsFight/. That is the address for the Patriots Fight board. Q has used 3 or 4 different boards on 8chan over the time he's been on. Sometimes Q will repost tweets by the president. Sometimes Q will repost his own list of names and update the information on there. This is a previous post, and Q was telling people to reread previous drops regarding Jared Kushner and Iran. So a lot of different things on here. Q, again, in this one, just asks a lot of questions. Mass exodus in DC, mass exodus of corporate CEOs. Why? Who has the power? Who has the control? If POTUS was not in control, would they be retreating? Who is the Attorney General? Who must approve the firing and dismissal of DOJ officials? This is the way that Q gets people to think and do research, just asking a lot of questions. Again, this is the Patriots Fight board. I'm going to show you this. This is on QAnonPosts.com. This is one of the many mirror sites going back to this post from May 22nd. This is just a tweet that one of the Anons picked up and posted. Nellie Orr, who is a wife of the Department of Justice Deputy Bruce Orr, applied for a ham radio license a month after Fusion GPS contracted with MI6 agent Christopher Steele. And the Anon's asking, what's that all about? Okay, Q responded down here. If you click on the link here again, I'm going to open this in a new tab, it'll take me to the Q research board. And then responses by the Anons that are on there are found in these colored linked numbers. So if you want to see, one of the Anons says NSA has it all, right? Q post. I wondered if she got away with that. And some of them are just memes and different things, but some of the Anons put out very helpful information. One thing I would like to just point out here is Q's trip code. So someone who is a board administrator or a board owner will log into the board with what's called a trip code. This is a trip code up here in the upper left corner. Q has had several different trip codes over the last few months. Q actually intentionally exposed a trip code at one point and had to get another one. I'm not sure what happened to this trip code. It's flashing pink and blue and red. It just started doing that like a week ago when Q came back after a long break. His trip code kind of was doing the disco thing over here. So not sure what that's about, but that's a trip code. When Q was posting on 4chan back in the old days, he was posting without a trip code, but now this is how we identify Q. All right, I'm going to show you this real quick. These are responses by the Anons, and they'll just show up in purple. You can scroll through these. I would say one thing. 8chan and 4chan are kind of the wild west of the internet. You are going to see things in there that your eyes may not be too happy with. You'll see some pictures of naked women posted on there from time to time. I would be cautious. I generally suggest people don't go to 4chan and 8chan to do research. I do most of my research right off of these Q pages. Speaking of exposing passwords, Q asked on May 19th about his password being exposed and then posted this clarification. We exposed the password post 91 on purpose, and it had 23 in the trip code. Subsequent posts were then made by the Anons. Timestamps verify, use logic, understood, be careful who you follow. So if I can get this to load, and there it is. Right, so same post, clarification, we exposed a password on purpose. It was to send a message. And then again, up here you have responses by the different people, the Anons. Sometimes the board owner will come on and verify things that Q is posting if there's questions about Q's identity. This is another site where you can find Q posts. It's QAnonMap.bitbucket.io. Some of the websites where Q posts are being mirrored actually will give you a loud, annoying warning if you try to access them on a mobile device. I know of about 5 or 6 different websites where you can find Q posts. This is just another one. Like I said, QAnonMap.bitbucket.io. You can also go to this one. This is qposts.online. This has a black background with white text and still has the links and everything that the other posts have. So it's an alternate site you can check out. There is also this one. It is, I'll read this to you, qntmpkts.keybase.pub. So if the other sites are not working or not picking up Q posts, whenever Q changes his trip code, just to let you know, it'll take these websites a while to begin picking up new posts by Q. Someone has to go in and manually change the trip code that is going to be used to pick up these posts. So it might take a day or two for a new post to show up if Q has changed the trip code. This is one more website you might want to check out. It's qmap.pub. In addition to Q's posts being here, it has a lot of other resources. It's got tweets by the president. There's a search window. There's tags. You can sort posts according to different categories. You can do research here. It's actually a very nice site. It's got a bunch of tools on it. And lastly, if you want to get Q alerts on your mobile device, if you have an Android, Q Alerts is available on Android. There are also mobile apps for iPhones, so whatever operating system you're using, you can find an app that will give you Q updates. I like this program. It's pretty nice. It gives me an alert every time Q posts, and then I can go in there and check it and go to the other websites and start doing my research. Okay, that is going to be a wrap on this video. Thank you for joining me. I hope you found it helpful. This is Praying Medic signing off. I'll catch you on the next broadcast.